very center of my soul, I mean way down deep, is an inherent fascination with the seemingly simple concept of a story. This fascination is far more than just a want or desire to hear a story, but instead, its pull within my soul reaches far beyond pleasure and entertainment and approaches the outskirts of sustainability and necessity to not only hear a brilliant story, but to be in a story. To be the charismatic character of an instant classic that will be retold for thousands of years to come. But the stories that I write, the events that unfold in my stories, assuredly become meticulously mundane when at the slightest sight of risk, I retreat. You see, this leaves the reader full of disappointment in a predictable protagonist whose intentions of heroism and pomp are nothing more than a stretch for power and fame. But God writes a different story. God's story is full of deliberate depth. God's words are terrifyingly true and honest, with a layer of mystery that feeds the need of my soul to be filled with the brilliance of a masterfully crafted tale. And though I find satisfaction with such a superb story, I can't help but be smothered by an overwhelming feeling of tension. Tension from the lack of control, an inability to manipulate the one telling the story. This tension can easily evolve into full-on fear when I realize that this story is not a distant fable about someone in a far away land, but instead, this is a story that has been played out for as long as time has existed, and is still being played out today, and I am a character within the story. Now, without control over the events of the story, one can choose to refuse to play their part and deny the story's existence, or one can embrace the role and trust that the storyteller is telling a story not of tragedy, but of victory. In Luke 1, we read, "His father Zechariah was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, 'Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come and has redeemed his people. He has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he said through his holy prophets of long ago. Salvation from our enemies and from the hand of all who hate us, to show mercy to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath he swore to our father Abraham, to rescue us from the hand of our enemies and to enable us to serve him without fear in holiness and righteousness before him all our days. And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him, to give his people the knowledge of salvation through the forgiveness of their sins, because of the tender mercy of our God, by which the rising sun will come to us from heaven, to shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace."